They call me a master, a creator of legends. But look closely at these hands, once steady as stone, now trembling like a fragile leaf. A single ceramic bowl, beautiful and fragile, slips through the air in slow motion, dancing toward its inevitable destiny on the hard, unforgiving floor. The impact is silent at first, then a thunderous shatter as 1,000 pieces scatter across the floor, mirroring the breaking of a human spirit. I look at my hands, these scarred instruments of art, and I smile. Because only in the wreckage did I find the true meaning of life. In my youth, these fingers flew across the potter's wheel, shaping clay into perfection, never knowing the lessons that only true pain could ever teach. I have seen the fastest runners stumble on the track, the greatest musicians hit a sour note, all falling under the heavy weight of public failure. Everything I built was gone in an instant. I thought the silence of the shattered pieces was the end of my song, my final tragic act. But that silence was a beginning, a moment where the breaking happened, stripping away my ego to finally reveal what truly lies hidden deep within. Now we begin the sacred ritual. The Japanese call it Kintsugi. We do not throw away the shards. We gather them with patient, loving intent. A thick, viscous, liquid gold flows slowly, like a river of light, filling the jagged canyons of the broken ceramic pieces in stunning high contrast. Watch how the gold binds the shattered edges together. This is not just a repair, it is an evolution, a rebirth of the once fractured soul. They do not hide the cracks, they honor them with gold. Because a thing that has been broken and healed possesses a unique, powerful story. Your history is not a burden to be buried, it is a map of your survival, a testament to the strength required to remain standing today. In Kintsugi, the repair is even more valuable than the original. The scars become the most precious part of the vessel's entire existence and identity. Every crack is a victory. Every scar is a poem. Why run from the parts of you that proved you could survive the most impossible storms? It has a soul now. It has a depth that perfection could never achieve. It is a symphony written in the language of golden riffs and breaks. We spend our lives chasing flawless surfaces, but the gold only finds its home in the spaces where we were once torn completely apart. Ton vin vet co. Honor the scars. Stop trying to erase the evidence of your battles. They are the medals of a life truly lived. The soul is like this bowl. It only becomes truly unbreakable after it has been shattered and put back together with the gold of resilience. In the deepest shadows of the night, the ghosts of our past failures stand tall. They whisper names like loss, regret, and bitter defeat. I stood among them, surrounded by the echoes of every mistake I ever made. The darkness threatening to swallow the last of my hope. But I learned that these ghosts are not walls. They are smoke. You can walk through them if you have the courage to keep moving. Don't be afraid to fall. If you are going to lose your balance, make sure you fall forward. Reach for the future even as you stumble. Those scars on your knees and your heart are proof that you were in the arena. You were fighting while others were just watching safely. Look at the world from above. Every light you see is a story of someone who refused to stay down after the darkness hit them. You are not just surviving. In the act of rising, you are creating. You are building a version of yourself that is twice as strong. Every time you break, you have a choice: to remain in pieces or to become a masterpiece made of history and gold-hardened spirit. The world will test your resolve. It will try to convince you that your cracks make you worthless. But the world is wrong, so wrong. Fall forward. Let your momentum carry you closer to your dreams, even if your legs are shaking and your breath is thin and cold. Your scars are the signature of your Creator. They are the proof that you have endured the fire and come out refined like pure gold. Pain is not the enemy. It is the raw material. It is the clay that we must shape with the heat of our own relentless will. Look at this piece. It is no longer a common dish. It is a masterpiece. It carries the weight of its fall and the glory of its return. The failure was the glue. The resilience was the gold. Together they have created something that the original perfection could never even imagine being. Look at the faces around you. The most beautiful souls are those who have been through the fire and didn't let it turn them to ash. They are the ones who turn their suffering into service, their wounds into wisdom, and their brokenness into a light for others to follow home. Do not wish for a life without cracks. A life without cracks is a life without light. It is a life that has never been tested. Expect a life that shatters you, but more importantly, expect to be the one who decides how to put the pieces back together today. Because the gold is within you, it has always been there waiting for the break to happen so it could finally flow out and shine. You are the artist of your own tragedy. You can choose to leave it in pieces, or you can turn it into your greatest masterpiece. Your masterpiece is not what you do when everything is perfect. It is what you build when everything has fallen completely apart at your feet. Your life is the bowl, the world is the floor, and your spirit is the gold that makes the breaking worth it all. The symphony is almost complete. The notes of sorrow have paved the way for the grand finale of joy and unshakable inner peace. Stand on the edge of your past. Look at the horizon. The sun is rising on a version of you that can never be broken again. Remember the rhythm, the fall, the shatter, the healing, and finally the radiant shine. This is the heartbeat of a soul that truly lives. You are not alone in your breaking. We are a world of fractured vessels, all learning to find the gold in each other's beautiful, jagged edges. The world will break you. It is a fact of nature. But after the breaking, you will be stronger at the very places you cracked. Don't hide your history. Wear it like a crown of light. Let the world see how you were put back together by your own hands. The struggle was not a detour. It was the path. Every tear was a drop of gold waiting to find its place in your heart. So stand up, stand tall. Let your light shine through the rifts and the ruins of what you used to be before you were whole. Jung Dung Lai, keep going. The world needs to see the masterpiece that only someone who has been broken can ever truly become. You are more than your trauma. You are more than your mistakes. You are a symphony of resilience, a gold-bound miracle in human form. Ban Giao Huang Kwa Sujobo. The symphony of the breaking. Your story is just beginning, and the music is more beautiful than ever. Keep going. Do not stop until the world sees the gold in your cracks. This is the symphony of the breaking, and you are beautiful.